Nice doesn't mean leadership. Nice means comfort. And comfort doesn't make you a great leader. Leadership isn't about pleasing everyone. It's about doing what's right for the family, for the team, and for the long-term health of your group. Welcome back to Call Me First, the podcast where we step up as leaders and lead our families. Fellas, let me ask you this. Have you ever been told that you're too nice? You may even be thinking that you're doing the right thing by being kind and trying to keep the peace. But here's the truth. Nice guys don't make great leaders. And if you want to be the kind of man that your family looks up to, you need to get comfortable with being more than just a nice guy. Now, I'm not saying that you need to be a jerk, but here's the deal. If you're always trying to be nice, you're missing something. Leadership isn't about being liked. It's about respect. And that respect comes when you step up as a leader, firm, clear, and consistent. So why do nice guys struggle as leaders? And what can you do to become the leader your family needs? That's what we're going to dive into today. Stick with me here. By the end of this, you'll understand why nice isn't cutting it. And you'll be ready to start leading like a man who is respected and not just liked. Now, why do nice guys struggle as leaders? There are 4 reasons that come to mind. Number 1 is your lack of authority. Being too nice makes it hard for people to take you seriously. When you avoid confrontation or you don't set firm boundaries, you create a lack of authority. In your home, in your business, wherever you lead, people are going to question whether you can take charge or not. They need to know that you're in control, and I don't mean controlling, I mean leading, right? Number 2, indecisiveness. Nice guys often just can't make the tough calls. Why? Because they're afraid of stepping on toes and upsetting someone. But in leadership, there's no room for hesitation. You can't be a leader and always waiting for someone's approval. When you're wishy-washy or unsure, people lose faith in your ability to lead. You're not showing up as a man of conviction, you know? And number 3, failure to hold people accountable. Nice guys let people get away with almost anything. In leadership, if you can't hold others accountable, especially when they're falling short, then you're not a leader. I can tell you a story here. This was right in the middle of COVID. On my route as a truck driver, I was actually delivering liquor at the time. And I was on my route as a truck driver. I'm working with a partner of mine that me and him were actually real cool friends. We just got this new route. And we were doing our deliveries, and we get to one of the stops on our deliveries. So what we do is we deliver liquor to all the liquor stores, all the bars, anywhere that sells liquor. So that's our job. We get to this one particular store. Well, my job is to drive the truck, load the hand truck up, and pass it to my partner for him to bring it into the store. So as he's going back and forth, bringing the cases into the store, he comes back and he says to me, "Hey, D, I don't know what's going on with this dude, bro, but he's giving me mad attitude." And I'm saying, bro, it's probably just because we're new and, he just wants to establish dominance or whatever it is. He said, "D, man, I think it's something more than that, bro." And I said, "All right, cool, man. Just ignore it. Let's get our deliveries done." So we went on, we did that. 3 days later, we got to go back to the same store. My partner comes back. I say, "Yo, D, bro, something is wrong with this dude, bro. He is giving crazy attitude." And I said, "You know what? Let's switch. You load the hand truck up and I deliver the cases." So we did that. I go into the store. I'm delivering the cases. The guy does have an attitude. He is kind of feisty. So I'm saying, all right, maybe he needs time to adjust to the new delivery guys. Maybe he had a relationship, a delivery guy was cool with him, whatever the situation is. So I'm delivering the cases back and forth in the store. And then the guy, he's giving me crazy attitude to the point that I had to stop. And I put the hand truck down. And I said to the guy, I said, "What's your name, bud?" He told me his name. And I said, "All right, cool. I'm Damian. I'm going to be your new delivery driver at least for the next year. This is my route. I'm not getting off of the route. My partner's not getting off of the route. You're going to be on our stop. So we need to find a way to work together that is comfortable for both of us." He goes, "What do you mean by that?" I said, "Listen, bro, the way you're talking to us like we're peasants. We're not peasants. We're here to work. We're here to do a job. The only way that job is going to work is if we're both comfortable. And if we're both not comfortable, then we're going to both be equally uncomfortable. That's the line I got from Jason Black, right? So I said that to him. And he said, looked at me and he said, what do you suggest we do here? Be nice to each other. We speak to each other. We say hello. We work together. We got to do this for a year. You're going to have to deal with me for a year, at least. And he says, you know what, man? I apologize, man. I just been having a rough week. I said, all right, cool. What happened was at that point, I established that I was an authority figure too. You weren't going to boss me around. You weren't going to treat me however you want to. And the fact that I was able to establish that to him in a place that he thought he was dominant really set the tone for where we went forward after that. So long story longer, me and this guy, we actually became cool to the point that whenever we went to a store, he was offering us Gatorade, water, whatever it is, and trying to make as comfortable as possible. Meanwhile, in the beginning, if I never said anything to him, he would have continued to treat us like garbage. So the point I'm trying to make here is true leaders create a culture of accountability. That's how people grow and improve. If you're afraid to call someone out or challenge them to do better, you're not leading, right? Number 4 is a fear of being disliked. A lot of men fear that if they assert their authority, they'll be seen as harsh or unlikable. But leadership requires tough decisions. You cannot lead by pleasing everyone. And here's the kicker. Being liked is not the same as being respected. You'll never earn the respect of your family, your friends, or coworkers if you're just trying to be liked all the time. Now, what's the consequences of being too nice? Let me make this real for you. If you're too nice at home, what happens is you get walked over. Your kids will push your boundaries. I am telling you, if you let too many things slide with your children, they're going to challenge you to the utmost. And it's normally the youngest one or the middle one that challenges you. Listen, set boundaries with your children. At this point with your children, you have to establish a place of dominance, right? That you are the leader, you are the authority. Now, the longer you tolerate this, the more they push. They know they can get away with things because you're afraid to set rules and stick to them. Listen, your kids are keeping a notebook, a chart, or whatever of things they can get away with and how they can get away with it, right? And eventually, it's not about being nice anymore. It's about you losing respect. And when that happens, they totally stop listening to you. The same thing happens with your partner, with your wife. If you're consistently avoiding conflict, letting things slide, eventually they stop taking you serious as the leader of the household. At work, it's the same thing. If you're nice, but indecisive or unwilling to stand your ground, people won't look to you for guidance. They'll look elsewhere. If you don't hold the people around you accountable, they'll start slacking off and your productivity will suffer. Nice doesn't mean leadership. Nice means comfort. And comfort doesn't make you a great leader. Now, here's why nice guys need to change. So here's the truth. It's not about being mean. It's about being assertive, strong, and consistent. Here are 4 things that needs to happen to make that shift. Number 1, you shift from being nice to respectful in leadership. You need to stop being afraid to assert yourself. Start making decisions with confidence, even if they're hard. Leadership isn't about pleasing everyone. It's about doing what's right for the family, for the team, and for the long-term health of your group. Now, example, at home, set clear boundaries with your kids. Let them know that there are rules and they need to be followed. No exceptions. Be the example of consistency. Number 2, take ownership of the hard decisions. Being a leader means owning your decisions. You can't let fear or discomfort back you into a corner. For example, you don't have to be a tyrant, but if you need to cut back on spending or you need to make a major decision that will impact the family, make it confidently. Take ownership of the outcome. Things could go good or it could go bad. Either way, when you make the decision, you are responsible for whatever the outcome is. That is your job as a leader. You take responsibility, whether good or bad. This is how you lead your family. This is how you lead your team. There is no other way. A leader can't sit in the back and put blame on someone else. This is your job. Take ownership of whatever decision that you make. Number 3, lead by example and accountability. This is a huge one. As a leader, you must hold yourself and others accountable. For example, if your kids are failing in their responsibilities, whether that's chores or schoolwork or something else, just don't let it slide. Sit them down and explain the consequences and follow through with whatever that is. Number 4, create boundaries and enforce them. Your time is valuable. Your energy is valuable. Stop letting others take advantage of that, right? Here's an example. At work, make sure your boundaries are clear. If you're the boss, if you're the manager, you're the supervisor, whatever it is, don't let people interrupt your time and take advantage of your kindness. Set clear expectations for your energy. When you make these changes, you'll notice something. People will start treating you differently. People will respect you more. You'll become the kind of leader that your family can count on. They won't just see you as the nice guy. They'll see you as someone who can lead them through tough times, make tough decisions, and do what's best for everyone. Now, here's some actionable things that I want you to do. Your assignment for today, and I'm going to make it simple. Pick one boundary in your life, whether it's at home, at work, in your personal relationships, and start enforcing it. Number 2, make a decision that you've been avoiding because you're worried about upsetting people. Listen, make the decision. It's going to upset people, and then guess what? They'll get over it. And if they don't get over it, so what? You still got a life to live. You still got to make decisions. You still got to do what's right. Whatever that is, how uncomfortable people feel, that's not your problem. Don't just make decisions. Stand by it. Number 3, hold someone accountable for something they're not following through with. Whether it's a colleague, a family member, or even yourself, make sure accountability is happening. And here's the kicker. Do all of this without feeling guilty for it. Put pressure on yourself. Make yourself do what you need to do for the benefit of the family, for the benefit of the team. Hold yourself accountable. The accountability that you want everyone else to feel around you starts with you. That's what this whole entire podcast is about. I'm not here to coach people through relationships. This program is about self-development. Self-development meaning within ourselves. What we learn here, we can apply to everyday life. It's not about what the other person in our lives are doing. It's not what they're doing. Regardless, it's for our self-development. It makes us better as men. Granted, the things that other people around us do may affect how we are able to follow through with some of these lessons. But the thing about it is, you have to be decisive. You have to be convicted to self-improvement. That's what this program is about. I cannot tell you what to do as far as relationship advice. I'm telling you what you need to do regardless of what the relationship is doing. Just figure out or come to terms with the fact that you're the leader and being nice is not an option all the time. I heard LL Cool J say this. LL Cool J, one time he's in an interview and someone may have referred to him as a nice guy. LL Cool J say, listen, no. I'm not a nice guy. I'm a good guy. I don't want to be confused with being a nice guy. I'm not a nice guy. I'm a good guy. It's a difference. And that really stuck with me because I realized what he was saying is nice guys get pushed over. I'm not a nice guy. I don't get pushed over. What he was saying was I'm a good guy. I do the right things, but I might not be nice about it, but I'm going to do the right things, right? And that is a huge lesson, right? So with that being said, gentlemen, nice guys don't always win. You have to step up. You have to take authority. Take all the lessons that you've gotten from me today, employ them to your life, and watch things change. All right, gentlemen, that's it for today's episode. If this message resonated with you, I need you to take action. If you're listening, but you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you know someone who needs to hear this, share it with them. Don't just listen. Share it, download it, subscribe. Your support helps this podcast grow and reach more men who need to step up in their leadership. And remember, don't just be nice, be respected. And when you're leading your family, look them in the eye and say it with confidence. Remember to call me first. Y'all take it easy.